Okay, today we're gonna replace the inner and outer tie ends. This is my dad's car. He just hit a bomb very bad on the concrete on the hallway. So one of the outer right there, you can see it's all bended. It's not straight. It should be straight up, but it's not. So we're gonna replace both inner and outer tie rod ends. Okay. This is what we're gonna do today. Okay, now we're just gonna remove the nut. The first is gonna be the nut from the knuckle from the outer tie rod end right here, just like this. Very easy, very simple. And then after this, we're gonna use the little press just to press the the outer out. Okay. All right. So this is a little press. Just put it like this way. Use a wrench, and then all you gotta do is just this little press is gonna pop it out the little thing right here. So there you go, just like that. You can use a hammer, but I don't like to make too much noise, just like that. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So now you can see it's all bad anyways. The outer and the inner tie rod ends are bad, both of them, because as you can see, they're pretty freely to move. And we're gonna replace both of them. First, we're gonna remove the nut and the outer tie rod end. Okay. Okay, I use this like we're gonna lose the outer tie rod end, just like that. Count the turns. So when you put the new one back on, how many turns do you wanna put it on, because that way you don't have to take it to alignment or get close. So it was 18 turns on mine, and then also take a measure and just measure the length between the nut and the outside, just like this. In this case, 1 inch and 3, and just that way when you put a new one. Now we're gonna take the clamps off, and remember you had to measure the length for the nut and also the turns when you take it out. Okay, that way when you put the new one back on. That way you wanna do that the same thing. That way you don't lose the alignment. Okay, or it's gonna be very close. So you just take it out and use a flat screwdriver and turn like this. Turn it, the clamps. There you go. And take it out. Now we're gonna remove the one in on the inner tie rod end right here, but do the same thing. Okay, just take it out with a flat screwdriver and you're good to go. You had to use a new one when you put it back together, new one. Okay, now just remove slide out the boot. That's just the boot. If it's still good, use the same one. Otherwise, you have to buy a new boot as well. Okay. In this case, this boot is pretty good condition, so we don't have to replace. We're gonna replace only the clamps. Okay. As you can see, this is a very bad inner tie rod end. It's very loose, and it's just very bad. As you can see, it should be have like very, not moving like this. And as you can see, it's bended. See how bad it is. So we're gonna remove it next, okay? Okay, this is the removal tool that we're gonna use today, okay? So you just put it back in here, and there's two little holes, and you wanna screw in these two bolts, okay? And then you wanna stick it in the inner tie rod end, just like this, okay? In this case, before I lose the the tie rod end, I need to cut the bar of the inner tie rod end, since it's bended, so it won't let me, you know, lose it pretty good. So I'm gonna have to cut it at least half. As you can see, it's supposed to be going like this, but as you can see, it's crooked. Okay, it goes like this, but we had to cut it. Okay, now we just cut it. Okay, as you can see, now we're gonna stick our tool, removable tie rod in tool, and now I'm gonna use the breaker bar to loose it, and there you go. That's it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And then I will show you that it's gonna come out just like this. Okay, this is the same method with any car, any truck. They're all the same. They just all you gotta do is buy this tool, removal tool, and eBay. See how bad it is? Man, that's bad. So when I go and buy it, when I go into O'Reilly, that's the store that I always recommend. Okay, here's the two parts. One is the inner tie rod end, which comes with a nut and the bar, of course, because there's only one piece. And the other box is for the outer tie rod end. Okay, so it comes like this. As you can see, it's pretty smooth. It doesn't move at all like the other one, and the little one the same thing. It's pretty. So this is what I'm gonna do. That's why you need to know the turns that we did it when we took them off. Okay, so it comes like this. You had to put this, add this washer there, and then to put it together, I'm not gonna use the same tool. Well, the same tool but different size. Okay, as you can see, there are little different. So I'm not gonna use the screws this time on the tool. Okay, now we're ready. We are just gonna put it together and just use the breaker bar just to tighten it out a little extra, just like that, and then take it out. Okay, as you can see, the little wrench is there, so I'm gonna just remove it with a flat screwdriver. Okay, and take it out. This is the way you install it, the same way, you know, but different length of the tool. Now we're gonna see how smooth it is. Now we're gonna put the boot. Okay, boot is next. Okay, you can see now we're gonna stick the boot inside and put the clamp. Okay, use a new clamp. Okay, because this one is not gonna be good anymore. Now as you can see, the clamp is good. Okay, so the inner tie rod end with the clamp and the boot is good. Now we're gonna use the one on the front. Okay, now put a new clamp on the outsider boot. As you can see, there's a new clamp, and then I'm just gonna cut the end of the clamp. That way it won't show a lot of left, you know. And after that, we're good to go. So now we're gonna do the nut next. Okay. Okay. Now put the nut, and we're gonna bring the tape measure to see how far it was from the first time. You know, to have a better. So it was 1 inch and 3. Right there, and just make sure you made it good. Okay. Now we're gonna put the outer tie rod in, and remember how many turns we did. Okay. Okay. Count the turns now, and then you should get the same turns when you just put it together. Okay, or almost, but that's good for if you don't want to do the alignment. Okay, so just do it the right way. So I got 18 turns, and this is what I have, 18 turns, as you can see right there. See? There you go, perfect. So I'm just gonna tighten it up. Pretty good, you know. Let it go, just like that. There you go. Okay. Now next we're gonna put a little the fitting greaser right here, and don't forget to add grease. It's already come with grease inside, so this is just if you wanna put extra. Okay. Now we're gonna put it right here, and then we're gonna put the nut and then tie it in, and that's it, guys. It's pretty simple, very easy, easy peasy. Okay. That's it. Tie it up, put the wheel back on, and that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching my video. Remember, I try to do my best all the time. I'm not expert, but I just follow the instruction on the manual. I didn't do the torque. There wasn't really huge thing on this part, but that's up to you guys. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. There you go. See you next time.